Hello, folks. Good evening. Today is Sunday evening, and the date is August 25th. And I just wanted to make this video quickly on the earnings that is going to happen this week. There are plenty of earnings coming by with the retail stuff, starting with the retail, and then in the later with the tech. Okay. First of all, before I get started, I would say all the information presented in this video is only for educational purposes. You can use this information for your trading decisions, but you're solely responsible for your decisions. Okay. So having taken care of the disclaimer, so before we look into the charts, let's quickly look at what are the companies that are worth looking into that are reporting earnings this week. That is from Monday, August 26th to Friday, August 30th. I would definitely consider PDD, which has been a very good stock, which has a good movement. So PDD is reporting on pre-market on Monday. And the next one, which I would like to consider is Hain on Tuesday morning, Hain Celestial Group. They are also into the organic food and personal care products company, and then they are the ones that are reporting on Tuesday morning. And on the Tuesday afternoon, we have two major retailers reporting, which is Nordstorm, which goes by JWN, and then we have 𝐵𝐵𝐻, which is Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, those brands, right? So they are reporting. So I would look into those two things. And then on Wednesday is a mega day for the earnings this week. Because the bellwether Nvidia is reporting on evening. But on the morning also, we have some good stocks reporting, which is Chewy. Chewy has been a big winner in recent times. In fact, it was one of our big winners in running from $20 to $26 recently. So it's a very big winner. So this is there. And the other one, which I would like to look at is KSS and also Abercrombie. Of course, we also have Foot Locker, but Foot Locker, I'm not sure how good, but I'm not going to look into it, but we can just take a look at it if you want. And then the afterwards comes up with Nvidia, which starts with Nvidia. Nvidia has become very bullish in recent time. So let's see how it is positioned. And then we have AFRM. AFRM is also a very good, had a good movement in recent time. But let's see how they are positioned for earnings. And of course, in the cybersecurity space, we have CRWD reporting. For your information, Palo Alto Networks gave a very good earnings this year. This quarter. So will CRWD follow them? Let's see. And then we have a CRM, Salesforce. Last quarter was not so good for them, and the stock tanked after the earnings, I believe. So this time, let's see how they are positioned. We are going to look into in a very short time. And then we have Okta. Okta is in the identity management space, and they are one of the leaders in that space. So they are reporting tomorrow on the Wednesday evening. And then the last but not the least is the NTAP. Of course, we have 5 too, which we can look, 5 and VEEV. So these are the cost stocks, and COO, all these stocks are reporting. We can look at those things. And then on Thursday, we have BBUI, which is the Best Buy, which is leading the pack. They have been going up more on the news about AI laptops, right? So that is where they are going up along with Dell and those other organizations that are into AI laptops. Then we have DG, Dollar General. So Dollar General, as we know, it is more about savings, right? So how it is going to do right now? Target gave a very good earnings and it went up, but they didn't give a very good projection into the future because they are worried about the consumers' interest. But if Dollar General, let's see how things are. If we get into a recession mode or something, Dollar General generally tends to do good. So, but is it going to go up now? Let's see. And then we have Burlington Coat Factory, but let's not look into that. So we also have AEO and CPB, Campbell Soup. These are the stocks. And on after hours on Thursday, it's again a major one. We have Marvel, which is again in the semiconductor space. And then we have Dell. Dell recently dropped a lot. Let's see if they have a move up. Okay. And then Lulu has been tanked from a high of $516 to $300, I believe, 298 or something like that, or even less than that. So definitely they have fallen down a lot. Then we have MongoDB, and then we have Ulta, then we have Adesk, right? These are the stocks that we need to look at for tomorrow. And ESTC is also a very good one, but let's limit ourselves for right now. So let's try to quickly glance through these stocks. I'll be sharing my screen and showing you the screens on it. So let's go. Okay, let's start with PDD. PDD has been really bullish last 2 weeks. If you see the weekly chart, it has been bullish and it's been pulling up. But what I don't like about it, it has fallen for more than 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks, and it has been going up. So I feel definitely there's a pullback coming in, unless if it carries, but it's not like a big time pullback, but it might come back to this line, I feel, 132. If not, if it right now it is below the EMA 821 cloud and below the cloud. And if you look at this cloud, the cloud looks bearish for this week. So that makes me think that it wants to go back to this line, which is around 127. So that is what I'm thinking. If at all it moves more than that, then we have the first target is the EMA 21 cloud, which is at 145. Then we have the Ichimoku cloud, which is at 148. And then we have the Bollinger Band 155. And if it crosses that, we should see 160. But which I doubt. As I said, I am looking for 126. So let's see what happens. The next one I want to say on the Tuesday morning is Hain. Hain is like very, very bearish, both on the weekly as well as on the daily. So, but if you see, it has not moved a lot in the recent years. But what I would not consider trading this unless it goes above 821. Because if it goes above 821, then we might get a chance of consolidating it, and then we can move it to 739. But that will not be a lot, but it's a 50 cents. But still, it's a 12%, 10%, right? That's what of the stock. So Hain is that. And then we are talking about Nordstorm. Nordstorm, how does it look? We have Nordstorm here. So Nordstorm, we are seeing it's very, very bullish here. It's above the EMA cloud and those things. So where could it go? It could go up to $24. So is it possible on the daily? Let's see here. The 2257 seems to be a target. And if it crosses that, it is like, the first thing is the cloud looks very bullish here for this week. So there's a possibility if it crosses 22, it can go to 23 and then the 24. But is it going to happen? But yeah, I will give it a chance if it crosses 22 here. So that's what I'm looking for. If it crosses 22, I'm a buyer of JWN. And then let's go to PVH. PVH on the weekly is very, very close to this resistance, which is $110. So and you see the crowd is also bearish here. So I would not consider this for earnings this week. Basically, to see it might go up to 108, 110, but max it could go to 112 to reach the top of the cloud. So I am not a buyer of PVH this week. Then the next one which I wanted to consider is Chewy. Chewy is like, it has gone to the top of 2670, the high of 2773, and that has been retracing back. But it is not, it is still bullish on the daily. So there is a possibility that it could go to $28, definitely. So $28 is on the cards for Chewy. And let's see, what is this? It went up to a high of this. Missing something here. Wow, that was a big inverted hammer here. Yeah, so you see here, it could go to a top of 2837. So I would be a buyer of it if it crosses 2837. And once it pulls back here, I wanted to move it to 33. So that is what I'm looking for. Definitely, it looks bullish here, folks. But if on the weekly, it has a resistance at $30. So definitely it has moved to at least $30 here before it could go to higher. But I don't think it has legs to go to 38 yet. So the first target would be 28, and the second target would be the $30, 28.91. If it crosses that, then we should see 37. Okay. So chewy, keep a watch on it. It may not be a big move, but it could make some money for us. Then we are talking about KSS. KSS, again, I'm not very bullish on this. This is looking very bearish for me. This is below the EMA 21 cloud, and the Ichimoku cloud is bearish. So what I'm saying is on the weekly, it looks bullish, the cloud, but still it has a lot of legs to cover. It needs to cover the 2095, the beginning of the EMA, and then the 2280. So will it cross that? We have to see. So first it needs to cross this 2022 so that it can get to this 2280. So I would at least wait for it to cross $20 so that I can place a move. But there's a lot of resistance here, folks. The baseline is at 2060, and then the EMA Bollinger Bands is at 2150, and then 2248, and the finally is 24. Okay, so just there's so much resistance here. It's not, the path is not very clear. Okay, just wanted to mention that. Then the next one is ANF, Abercrombie. Last earnings, we made good profits on this day trading this, and it looks very bullish for me. The reason is if the cloud is very bullish here, so it's for the next 4 candles, it looks to be bullish, but it gets bearish after that. If it crosses over 170 for 2 days, its earnings is on Wednesday. So if it's Monday and Tuesday, if it forms it above this 170 area, it could go to 195. So that could be a good area where it could go to. So I'm looking for it to move above this area. And even on this, we have this 195. So it is very bullish on the weekly. It is above the EMA 21 cloud. It's above this one. So I'm just waiting for an entry if it gets above 170, above the Ichimoku cloud on the daily. So if it crosses above this, then we have a good chance. Then the next one which I want to talk about is, of course, Nvidia. Nvidia is reporting on Wednesday evening, right, as we talked about. So Nvidia, if you look at it on the weekly or in the daily, it crossed over this resistance. So which is a good sign, but it was formed only one day, and it is above the Ichimoku cloud. If it stays above this, then we are talking about getting to the 140 area. But will it form an all-time high? I'm not sure about that. But definitely the lines are there. If they give us spectacular earnings, maybe it can go all the way here to 163. If you look here, the 140.76, so to 90.69, so it fell at $50. So it has a possibility of going to $165 too. But for me, the first thing is on Monday, it should close above the Ichimoku cloud so that I can be a good buyer of it, right? And I would be a buyer of a little long term. I don't want to take the risk. So I might buy 5 weeks, 4 weeks away from here so that I can play it around. But beware, folks, being the earnings week, options are going to be very expensive. So watch your thing. Maybe we can sell spreads, or sell puts if you have enough margin on your accounts. Okay, so Nvidia, definitely 140 is possible. If the earnings are spectacular, it can go to 165. Okay, Nvidia, that's about Nvidia. Next, let's look at CRWD, Crowd. Crowd is definitely bullish over here above the EMA 821 cloud. Now, where could it go? That's the question, the next section. If I draw a line here, it is getting very close to this line, right? You see here, it is like 383, 379. Yeah, if I draw this line, it's getting very close to 280 area. So this is what, if it can, so first I need to see this breaking through this line so that I can see the bullish. But the crowd yesterday on Friday, it went up to 278, I believe, 278, if I'm correct. Oh, let me see 273. Oh yeah, 278.50 on Thursday, and it went 278.50, and it couldn't cross above this one, right? So definitely we wanted to cross this to make any other big move. But so let's see, folks. CRW, it all depends on its earnings. What happens? Okay, and it is not very, and the cloud is looking very bearish next week. So this gives me most of the stocks. The cloud is looking very bearish, stating that the SPY and QQQ are very overextended. So we have to be very careful for the next week. playing even in the regular market hours. Okay, not only for earnings, but for all those things. So the next one which I wanted to talk about is CRM. CRM is looking very bullish here in the sense of the cloud-wise. You see here is a breakout here. It is formed 2 days. But the only thing which I don't like about it is the conversion line is still up below the baseline. But having said that, it could make a move. It could make a move to a little bit higher because it formed a 3-wave correction and it could go to the 298 area. So that's what it looks like. But again, I would give another 3 weeks time. I wouldn't want to play next week unless I see real clear signs at clearing up the baseline. But first it has to clear this EMA, this baseline area at 266 area. Then we have a good shot. So I'll wait for it to cross 266. Then I would enter it with a long time span. Okay, that's what I would do. Then the next one is Ulta. So Okta is also going up. Okta is like very, very bullish here. If you look at it on the weekly chart, it has formed above the EMA 821. And if you see the conversion over the baseline, it is, I think it is now, the baseline is still higher than this. So this is kind of, but if it forms another line, other candlestick on top of the baseline, then it's bullish. It can go up to 104 area, 105 next to this Bollinger Band, which you're talking about, this 102.52, and then we have, like, it's not like a great move, but it could move a little bit, 102.87, that's the area that it could move to, okay? Then the next one which we want to talk about is the Intap. NTAP is looking very, very bullish, but if you see here, it has a very strong resistance here at 136 area. So if it this is the area that it could go to. I would be a buyer only if it goes here about 2 candles, all right? So I don't want to play for the small move, okay? So that's what I am thinking. And the next one which I want to talk about on Thursday is BBY. Best Buy. Best Buy is like breaking out of this line. So it has a possibility of going to the next one, which is at $91. So it can go there, the 91. That's what we are looking for. So let's see what happens, but it has to stay above this for one more so that it's not a false breakout. Okay. So BBY can get up to 91. Then we are talking about Dollar General. Let's see what is in store for Dollar General. Dollar General is again looking very, very bearish on the weekly. But on this thing, it is looking very, very bullish. So why is that? So we have to think through what is happening. So the next target for this could be 128.22, 128.22, and then the next target will be 134. So Dollar General could go up for the earnings, folks. So definitely it has formed a higher low here. So it is like looking to go up for the earnings. So how much is the ATR? ATR is around, ATR of this is $9. So we are talking about basically if it can go from here, which is around 123.60, it could go up to 131, something like that. So we are talking about the baseline, the mid of the Bollinger Band. So the mid of the Bollinger Band could go up to 131, but or to the top of the EMA cloud, which is exactly coinciding with 131. So that is where it is planning to go, I believe. So let's see how it goes there. It might go here. It might take a couple of 8 candles. So again, folks, the cloud is looking very, very bearish. It's not, unless you see really good signs, just don't enter. So that's what I would say. But again, it has the potential to go up to 131 based on the ATR. Okay, just wanted to mention that. Then the next one is AEO. AEO is for me a big, AEO is a big winner here in the sense it is crossing here. So let's look at here what is happening. If I draw this line, it can go up to 2361, folks. So am I correctly drawing it? Let's see. Okay, AEO has reached this resistance. So if it breaks through that, where could it be the next one? That's what I'm looking for. So if it breaks through that, we are looking at the next level, which is like at 24.96. So we want it to go about 22.21, and then it can go up to $25, something like that. So that is what it is. So let's see, folks, so what happens. So let's see what's in store for AEO, okay? Then the next one is Campbell Soup, CPB. CPB is like, look at this though. The CPB is looking very, very bullish for me, actually. It is above the Ichimoku cloud. It's above everything, and it is going, folks. So what's going on with CPB? CPB is like, let's see what's happening here. I draw this Ichimoku, and it could go up to $53.42. That's what it looks like. So definitely it's looking very, very bullish. I hope if we can get an entry either to this EMA 821, which is $50, or to this one, which is 46.96. Now, actually, the EMA here is also 48.13. So if it can get an entry, that would be a good entry to get it to the 53 area. So I'll be keeping a watch on it, folks. In fact, as I speak, I am going to create an alert at this line and see if I can get it the price here. If I get the price here, I might be a buyer of CPB. So that's pretty much on Thursday morning. Then we look at Marvel. Marvel is like almost at the resistance point here. So it needs to cross this to get higher. So, but again, there is a little bit of movement here. Actually, I want to see it, and the cloud is looking very, very bearish, folks. So I am not sure how it can get over this, but if it can get over this cloud at 72.42 and stays there, then we can think of making the next book move to this one, $82, right? So, but I wanted to get here, but let's see how Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday works for Marvel. And then the next one is, I want to talk about Dell. Dell is like becoming an all-time favorite, but it is like at a very good resistance. MU and Dell are right now at the resistance points. So it is below the EMA cloud, and then we are looking, but it's very, very bullish on the weekly. But look at this. This cloud is very bearish, and there's a strong resistance here. Can it go to the top of it? This is only if it crosses both the lines at 115, 120. Then we can see that move. Then we are talking about the next one is Lulu. Lulu has been one of my favorite stocks, but it has been battered heavily recent times. So definitely it needs to go above this 277.50 to get to the next leg. If it crosses, then it has a good chance of going to $310, which is the top of the EMA 21 cloud. So there's and if it crosses the EMA, then we have other resistances of 354 and then 382, and then we have the 405. So, but again, we need to cross this 277.50 for a move up for the earnings, okay? So that's what I'm seeing, folks. So that's pretty much, I think we covered all the earnings or not. Oh, no, we have to do some more, which is MDB, Ulta, and Adesk. Let's look at those things. MDB is also a good stock. MongoDB, which is in the tech space. MongoDB is breaking out here. It's a second week, which is a good sign. So what is going to happen here is we are looking at the top of the EMA cloud, which is 289, 285. So there's a very good possibility it can get to 285. And that is coinciding with here, with the top of the EMA cloud, which is at the top of the Ichimoku cloud, which is at 298. So we might see this one going up to 285, folks. So MongoDB is a good for earnings. So definitely it's at 247 and it has broken out. So we can see MongoDB going up. The next one is Ulta. Ulta is been like, Ulta has a potential. It has broken out of the EMA 821 and it has a potential to reach the 398. So it is at exactly 90 degrees from the 398. A little bit of a push here to 366 would work. That will give us a good view. But if you look here, this is also at 398, the top of the EMA cloud. That's what we are targeting for. So Ulta might also move well for the earnings. So basically, we have to see what the entry would have been. 368 would be an ideal entry for Ulta. So that's it. And then the last, did we miss anything else, folks? I did MDB, Ulta, Adesk. Adesk is the last one of the earnings. Adesk is what is happening is Adesk is very, very bullish, folks. Look at this. It's very, very bullish. It can get to this line, which is like 269 area. But a good entry would be is getting closer to the EMA 821 clouds is at 249. And that is also coinciding with this one with the Ichimoku cloud, which is around 245. So 245 to 249 area would be a good entry here for us to get to the next level. Okay. So this is what I wanted to share with you folks. So of all the stocks I see, I like Ulta. I like some of the stocks on Friday and Abercrombie. So definitely, I would love to hear your feedback, and I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel and provide me feedback about what kind of videos would you like to see in the future. And we would definitely love make an effort to make those kind of videos and provide valuable information for you. With that, I'll catch you in the next one.